Hey, what's up guys? It's NashCrafter and welcome to my channel for episode 12 of Sky Factory 3. So today is a pretty exciting episode. We're going to be doing something that I did not plan whatsoever. Well, I planned it out off camera just a little bit, but I was not planning to do this in this series, and I'm excited that we are. You guys will see here in just a little bit, but I did want to make an announcement before we truly get started in this episode. So I am going to be starting a brand new series here on my channel. I know Sky Factory has been the only series going on my channel as of right now, but I've kind of been just getting back into YouTube and things, so I wanted to start off with one series, and now I'm going to be starting another one. So I'm very excited. I'm going to be recording this series today. Now I'm not sure if it will go out today. It's either going to go out the day of this video or it's going to go out the day after this video. So keep an eye out. We are going to be starting a mod pack called Foolcraft. If you guys have heard of Iscal85, I'm sure you have. He's so awesome. He's an awesome Minecraft YouTuber and he makes really great videos. He actually did this mod pack, so it's his mod pack and I am so excited to play it. I saw his video on it and I was instantly like, wow, that looks like such a fun pack. It looks like something I would love to do on my channel. So it's going to be very different. It is a mod pack, but it should be very different from Sky Factory. It's going to be an adventure, and if you guys are interested in seeing that, keep a lookout for it. It should be on my channel here very soon, but I'm going to stop rambling on and I want to show you guys some stuff. So let's hop right into it. Alright, so the first thing I want to show you guys is our farms and what they've been doing. So if we take a look in this chest, oops, I got some seeds. They keep wanting to come over here for some reason. Every time I see seeds in here, I keep putting them back over here. But basically what I did was I just set up medium storage crates with flat transfer nodes in between. So there's just a flat transfer node right in between there. What they're doing is just collecting items for me. So this is all of the nature essence, the wood essence, the stone, and the dirt. And in between last episode, I did make the wood essence and the nature essence. And then we've got our inferium. I've been taking this out and putting it into our system over there. And then we also have a lot of wheat and a lot of seeds. And one thing I noticed with these farmers is that once the seeds start to stack up on this side, they will actually put it into an inventory close by. So that's really awesome. That's good to know. The next thing I want to show you guys is actually downstairs. So I rebuilt my smeltery. So I did move the smeltery drains to the back, and now I have 5 of them instead of just the 2. Seared tank to this side. I also moved the controller to the side. I think it was on the front before, if I remember correctly. And then this just has a flat transfer node hooked onto this chest. So anything I put into this chest, it will automatically go into our smeltery. And then also I just have a chest in the ground here that's collecting all of the ingots. And if we head down to the bottom, I can show you it's super simple. Basically, it's just a retrieval node on the bottom of the chest. So that's going to retrieve any of the items that come through this pipe. And the pipes are on the bottom of the tables. So that's going to pull out any ingot that gets smelted. Then the last little thing I want to show you is actually up here. I built a new tiny little building. This is what I'm calling my pop-up shop. And it's basically just for my Ender IO machines. So I've got the slice and splice, a basic capacitor bank. I've got my painting machine, my sag mill, and my alloy smelter. So all of those are just kind of chilling over here. They're hooked to power. There is a simple power cell down there. Then I just have some energy conduits, so it's really easy, but I wanted to keep it really compact and really in one area. So if I need to use any of these machines, I can just come over and they're all hooked to power. They all have power, so we can use these anytime we need them. So now we're going to be getting on to today's episode. I'm very excited. I can't say it enough. Like I said before, I was not planning on doing this whatsoever in this series, but I was kind of looking into something that we need in the future. So as you guys know, we've been working on mystical agriculture, and this is a mod that I've been very interested in. So I've been looking into this and everything we're going to need for the future of mystical agriculture, and these are pretty important. So we've got the Infusion Crystal, which is pretty easy to make. This is awesome, but the thing about this one is it does have a durability. So we're going to have to keep remaking this, and once you think about it, it does get kind of expensive after a while. And basically what this Infusion Crystal does is it helps you get the higher tiers of the essences, so the Prudentium, the Intermedium, the Superium, and the Supremium. So it helps you get all of these, which we're going to need in the future, because once you get up to the tier 5 crafting seeds, you need these supremiums. Now I was thinking about this, and we could either make like a load of these infusion crystals, or we can make the master infusion crystal. And the master infusion crystal is actually an achievement in the achievement book, so we're going to want to make one of these anyway. I was taking a look at the recipe, and it's pretty complicated. So we do need an infusion crystal, which is, again, easy to make. We also need a nether star, so we're going to be working on getting a wither here very soon. We need this supremium, and we'll kind of work on that. I'll probably do that within the next episode or two. But the one thing that really caught my eye was this epic bacon. Now this is an amazing food source, which is good, and we also need it for the master infusion crystal. So I was thinking, let's make an epic bacon farm. Just saying that makes me so excited. I am pumped to make an epic bacon farm. So I went to work off camera, and I kind of planned something out, and I set up an area right over here to where I think we should put it. Now we do have a little bit of crafting to do. So the first thing I need to do is I'm going to make myself some armor, because I do not want to die in the nether, and we need to get ourselves a spawner. So I'm just going to make some diamond pants, some diamond boots, a chest plate, a helmet. There we go. So we're suited up with diamond armor. At least this will help us a little bit, and it'll give us a little bit of protection. So we'll head right in. Hello, pigmen. Oh my goodness, there's like a pigmen party over here. Crazy. Okay, so we need a spawner, and we need to keep our eye out for one. Okay, there's one right over here, and I'm scared because blazes are going to start to spawn like automatically, so we need to get this thing. Oh geez. Okay, run. We got it. That was surprisingly easier than I thought it would be. Okay, awesome. So let's head back through. So we got ourselves a broken spawner, and this is going to be very, very, very necessary for what we're doing in today's video. Now, I just want to warn you ahead of time that I have never made one of these powered spawners before, and we're going to need to make a powered spawner so that we can continuously spawn pigs in. We need a lot of pork chop, so if you guys are getting what I'm putting down here, we definitely need to get a pig spawner. So we need to make ourselves one of these soul vials. So we need some fused quartz. If we take a look at the recipe, it looks like we can put quartz into our alloy smelter. So let's head over here. So then taking this over to our crafting station, we can do the soul vial, and we'll shift click that in. Now I did need this Solarium Ingot, and to make that, it's actually pretty easy. All you have to do is go into your alloy smelter and smelt gold and soul sand. So then I was looking at this, and it says right click on a mob to capture its soul. So we have our spider pig. He is still up here. I have no clue. We found this guy in the last episode, and we named him Spider Pig. He climbed up these vines, and I even got rid of the vines, and he's still up here. He's a true spider pig. But I think what we can do is we can capture his soul by clicking on him, which sounds kind of very interesting, but I'm hoping this works. So here we go. Boom. We got Spider Pig. So this says Spider Pig soul vial. So that's awesome. We're gonna have a bunch of spider pigs, which will be, is this like a cloning machine? I'm confused. I don't know. It sounds kind of crazy to me. So I think the next thing we need to do is we need to make this soul binder. And if we hold shift, it says used to convert the type of a broken spawner. So we need to make this guy, and I do have everything set up here. So we need to make ourselves this machine chassis first. So we'll shift click that guy in. All these different heads I got from our mob spawner, and then I also had some more of that Solarium Ingot stuff. And there we've got the soul binder. So I'm just gonna head over. I'm gonna pop this right on top of our alloy smelter, and you can see that that's starting to get power, so pretty good. Then I think what we do is we take our broken spawner and our soul vial, and we put them in just like this. Experience. There we go. Okay, so I clicked that, and I believe it's using my experience now, so that's good. Oh, awesome. Okay, and so I think this is going to take a little while, so I'm going to let this... Oh my gosh, what a cool animation. That is really, really cool, guys. That is so awesome. I like that, and I like the little particle effects. But what I was going to say is that I'm going to let this do its thing for a little while, because it seems like it might take just a couple minutes. So I'll be right back with you guys once this is done. So I completely forgot. I forgot to prepare this crafting recipe beforehand. I don't know why I forgot it, but we need a powered spawner. That's just, we need that to work. So I was looking at the crafting recipe, and it's pretty complicated. It's one of those ones where you need the Z-Logic controller as well as these vibrant crystals. And I was looking into these, and you need vibrant alloy nuggets. And to get the vibrant alloys, you need to go into your smeltery. You need to make energetic alloy. And it's quite the process. So I've got glow gas, gold, and redstone in my smeltery right now. So we've got some energetic alloys here. So I added some levers to the back. We're going to flick all of these on and just get this to pump out. And then we should be good. I don't need like too much of this, so I think we'll be okay with the amount that we have. But I totally forgot to prepare this, so I wanted to show you guys what I was doing. So I'm going to try to get these vibrant alloy nuggets. And then I'm going to make these crystals, and then I also need to make a Z-Logic controller. So once I'm ready to make the Z-Logic controller, I'll come back to you guys. So I am back. Everything's looking good. Now we just need to make these vibrant crystals. So I need to make some of these nuggets, and then what we can do is just shift click these in, and now we need 2 of these. So then we also need this Z-Logic controller. So I need 2 more Solarium Ingots, a zombie head, redstone, and silicon. Okay, so I've gotten everything, and now we can head over to our slice and splice. We can shift click this in. There we go. So now this will make our Z-Logic controller. And then we can take that guy out, and what we can do is we can just head over here, and we can finally make ourselves this powered spawner. So we should be good. I just need some electrical steel. There we go. You can get this electrical steel out of loot bags. So that's how I've been getting mine. And then we've got our powered spawner. Awesome. So I think the next thing we need to do is we just need to take our spawner out of our soul binder here. So we've got this broken spawner with the pig in it, and then we also get the soul vial back, which is awesome. So then we can take this up to an anvil. I think this is how it works. And if we put these in together, there we go. So it costs 16 enchantment levels. I'm just gonna call this pig spawner, I guess. And then we're just gonna grab that out. So awesome, we have a powered spider pig spawner. I'm so excited. Okay, so I'm gonna do some building, not too much building. I'm just gonna get this thing kind of set up a little bit, and then I'll come back and show you guys what I've cooked up here. So we've now got this pretty weird looking scary smiley face. We've got 2 eyes, a nose, and then this really scary diamond spike mouth. But this is what the spawner looks like, or the spawning area for our pigs is gonna look like. Now this is kind of brutal, honestly. This is a little sad, because basically we're just gonna be spawning in a bunch of pigs, and they're gonna be pushed by the mob fans into the diamond spikes. They're gonna die, and then we're gonna cook their pork chops and make epic bacon out of them. It's what we gotta do. It's what we gotta do. So this is what my setup looks like. I just made a row of diamond spikes. Then I put the spawner in the middle, because when I was testing things out, it seemed like the mobs would spawn on all different sides of the spawner. So if we do the show range option, you can see that this is the range of the spawner. Now let me see. I just want to make sure. Okay, nothing can spawn through the bottom, so that's good. But this is basically the spawning range. So this is where the mobs will spawn at. So hopefully everything, if it works out well, it should be fine. So what we need to do is we need to connect our spawner up to power, and then once we do that, we should be good to go and to test this thing out. So let me do that really quick, and I'll show you guys once I'm done. So I've got a simple power cell under our powered spawner. So this should be this will be giving it power once I set it to give it power. It's not currently, because I don't want the spawner to be on. So we're definitely going to be leaving these power cells behind very soon. We're going to be getting into, wireless power and things like that in the future. But as for right now, these are just the best way, because we don't have like a mass power system yet. We only kind of have those lava generators downstairs, so this just seems to be the best way as of right now that we're producing power. What we're gonna do, what I set up over here, is I have an absorption hopper to absorb up all of the items and the pork chops that the pigs drop, and then it's going into this crate. So I need to take that spruce wood out. So it's pushing items out through the south. This is the south direction, and so that's the way we got to configure it. It should push all of the pork chops into this small storage crate. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to test this thing out really quick. I just need to close it off. And so you can see this thing kicked on. It has a little pig in it. So this should start spawning here very soon. And hopefully we'll see some pigs in here. There we go. We've got 4 little pigs in here. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so next thing we want to do, this is gonna be really bad, so if you aren't a fan of scary, sad things, then don't watch, but the diamond spikes are going to kill the pigs. Now, it looks like the absorption hopper can't reach over here in this direction. So, oh my gosh, and it did it again. Awesome. Wow, that's kind of fast. That's exciting. Ooh, and we're getting Inferium from this. I did not expect that. That's really cool. So we've already got 12 pork chops, and this thing is going to produce, oh my goodness, we've already got 20. I'd like to have a good supply of epic bacon, but I don't really want this thing to be like constantly going. So we'll have to figure out a way to fix that, but this thing is working pretty efficiently. So the next thing we have to do is just set up the different colored dyes. And I know I have been relying on chickens a lot in this series. I know. I don't know. I think it's a really cool mod and I really like it. So I do have all of the dyed chickens here that we need in order to make the epic bacon. So I think what I'm going to do is, since this is the easiest way, the absolutely easiest, most compact way I could think to produce the dyes, I think we're going to go with this way. So I'm sorry, we're using chickens one more time, but I can't help it. I love them. They're awesome. So I'm going to set up all of our chicken stuff and then I'll be right back with you guys. Another thing I wanted to mention is that I did turn off the spawner, so it's not working as of right now. And all I had to do was I put active with signal, so it needs a redstone signal to work. But that's just so I can turn it off as of right now. I also put some glass up here, some of the thickened glass, because there was some of the pigs were getting stuck up here and they were kind of just sitting there. I also noticed that pigs do get stuck behind the spawner like this, but normally they'll kind of try to walk from one side to the other, and once they walk they'll get pushed into the spikes, so that's not too big of a problem that I've noticed. So I wanted to show you guys the crafting recipe for this auto crafter. So I'm just going to make the crafter tier 1. There is tier 2 and tier 3, but I don't really think it's all that necessary that we use those, so I'm just going to make 2 crafting tables. I did have to make this machine frame. The machine frame's got a really easy recipe, and then I might have, yeah, there we go. I have some redstone torches, which is good. Alright guys, so I am back, and I have really been scratching my head on this one. This has been so challenging for me, and I don't know why. I mean, I'm trying to make this look as good as I can, be as symmetrical as I can, so that it fits a good design aesthetic, but then also trying to make everything compact and work really well together. So I think I found something that could work. We're going to pop down here and I'm going to show you guys what it looks like down here. So I have our power cell connected with our energy conduits. Those are connected into an alloy smelter. We have our absorption hopper up here connecting into this small storage crate. The small storage crate has a flat transfer node on the bottom now. So it's going to be putting all of, okay, that just turned that into crackstone brick. It's going to be turning all the pork chops that go into this small storage crate. It's going to push them down into the alloy smelter, smelt them up. So what I like about this is you can actually put item conduits and energy conduits in the same block. So I believe if I do that, there we go. You can see that I have an energy conduit hooked to our crafter as well as an item conduit. So what it's going to do is it's going to extract from our alloy smelter, and we can configure this to insert, and that should take the pork chops out and put them into the auto crafter. Now I'm hoping, I haven't tested this, I haven't ran this thing yet, so we're gonna have to see here soon. But then up here I have all of our chickens, and this is the part where I was scratching my head because we have 7 chickens here and I wanted to make them symmetrical, but I just couldn't with the way we have like our crafter set up and everything. So my best option is to hook up these item conduits to the back of all of these chickens. So just like that. So that's going to pull all of the chicken drops out of the nesting pens. Now I have a trash can here because what we want to do is we want to filter out all of the chicken manure, feathers, and eggs, just like we've been doing in the past. So I've put some filters in here and I've chose a blacklist. So over here we have our yellow, our orange, and our red. So we just want to blacklist the yellow, the orange, and the red. So this should say don't allow these items into the trash can. So then I have the exact same thing set up on the other side for all of these other chickens. So then we want to hook item conduits up to the bottom as well. Now this is getting kind of crazy with all the piping down here. We might use some facades to cover that. Now everything we do want should be sent through this pipe and into our crafter here. So now we just have to set this to insert. I do not want any of our chicken drops going into this small storage crate. So I believe if we hit extract, actually we should just do disable. Yeah, we want to disable that. So that'll disconnect from there and we should have nothing interacting with this crate. Alright, so we want to set up our crafter here. Now I've never used this mod before, so I'm probably going to mess up a couple of times, but I'm hoping this goes well. And I think I've done a little bit of research, enough research to kind of know how this thing works. So I'm hoping for the best here. But what we want to do is I think we want to go into the epic bacon. We want to move the items into here, except for we want this to be pork chop. There we go. Okay. So I think if we hit apply, it should learn that recipe. So now this crafter knows the epic bacon recipe. So then I think if we put these down here just like this, we can say remember the current items in the internal and external buffers. So I think this is what this is. So we want to remember all of these items, but it doesn't seem to be doing anything. So, oh, there we go. Okay. So once I take those out, it has remembered all of these different things. And we also want to remember the pork chop as well. So that should be working pretty good. So then what we need to do is we need to go in and change these guys. So if we say always active, that should be pulling out. Yep, you can see that that's starting to pull out all of our red dye here. And if we go over to the crafter, you can see that the red dye is being inputted into our crafter. So everything seems to be working pretty good there. So I'm just going to do that for all of the chickens. We're just going to go to always active. So now you can see here that we are stacked up on dye. Our chickens have been dropping all of our dye, so they're prepared to craft. Now we just need to do the same thing with the pork chops. So there we go. I've got a flat transfer node in between now, and now it's pushing our cooked pork chops into this inventory slot here. So guys, I have derped to the max. So I was sitting here and I was thinking, why is my crafter not working? Why is this not, like, it's got the recipe, it's got everything it needs, so why is it not working? I don't understand. I did not realize that instead of lapis blue, you actually need cyan dye. So you can see that just made one piece of our epic bacon. So we've got it going. Oh my gosh, I feel so, you guys are probably like screaming at your screen like, no, it's not blue, it's cyan. It's not blue, it's cyan. But I actually got a cyan chicken in here. It wasn't too hard once I figured out the problem. So everything is good. We have now got this completely working. This is completely automated. So what I want to do is I want to turn this guy on. So we'll do active. This thing should be going, getting us some pork chop. These guys will start to lay, you know, every 5 to 6 minutes. We're gonna get inferium essence, so I need to fix that really quick. But other than that, this thing should be running to full effect. So I'm just gonna do a few finishing touches and then I'll be right back with you guys. Alright guys, so I finally got everything to work and I wanted to go over everything with you guys really quick because there was a couple things that I messed up on during the video, and that's, you know, that's bound to happen. Like, when you're messing around with things and kind of figuring things out, it happens. So I did fix everything. It's working like a dream, and I just wanted to show you guys like how this works and how I have it set up, because we finally, after this time, got it all to work. So everything's looking good, and basically to make the epic bacon, you just throw a bunch of this good stuff in. It'll start making it for you automatically as long as you have the recipe in and all of the items. So it's pushing our epic bacon into our storage crate here, and we already have 32 pieces, which is crazy. That is very awesome. So then I just have my chickens here set up. All of these have item conduits coming out of the back, and all of these are extracting. Then into our trash can, I have a black list with all of the dye colors. So that means everything but these dye colors are going to go into the trash can, which is what we want. Then as for the above surface of everything, you can see it's basically just the chickens, the conduits, then we have the trash can. Underneath the trash can is the storage crate for our absorption hopper. So this crate is getting everything from our pigs. Then we have the crafter, and then we have a transfer node in between the crafter and this crate. So everything that comes from the crafter is being transferred into this crate. Then if we head down here to the bottom, we have our power cell, which is powering our spawner upstairs. Then we just have energy conduits reaching all the way around over here, providing power to our spawner, our alloy smelter, and our crafter. Then this is where it gets a little bit confusing, but I just want to try to make this as clear as I can. So we have our absorption hopper down here, which is feeding into this storage crate. Then this storage crate is picking up all of the pork chops, and the only thing being transferred into our alloy smelter right here is the pork chops. And then from this crate, I have a flat transfer node on the bottom going into this alloy smelter. Then from the alloy smelter, I have an extract going up into our crafter, inserting our cooked pork chops. And then underneath here is where the chicken wires come from. So you can see there's a chicken nesting pen here, and it's collecting all the chicken drops, and the chicken drops are being sent into the crafter from these two sides. So from this side and from this side. So it's a little bit crazy. There's a bunch of wires going on, but it's actually not too bad now that I've kind of laid it out and sorted it out. So I'm really happy with this. This is awesome. This is really, really, like, we already have 42, 43, 44 pieces of epic bacon. So the next thing I'm going to do is probably off camera in the next episode. You guys will see that I've kind of decorated this and made it look pretty awesome. Yeah, this is the build. I hope you guys were not totally crazy confused, or as crazy confused as I was. And as you guys can see, we do have pigs getting stuck behind here. But like I said, they usually walk around the edge at some point and they'll walk off and go into our spikes here. But that is gonna have to be it for today's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know this was kind of a longer episode probably, but thank you guys so much for sticking around if you made it to this point in the video. I just want to say thank you so much. Also, be checking out for Foolcraft. That's going to be a new series on the channel that I talked about in the beginning of the episode. So if you guys are excited, or as excited as I am, check it out. Make sure you keep an eye out for that, because it should be lots and lots of fun. But I hope you guys all have a very beautiful, wonderful day, and I'll talk to you in the next episode. Bye, guys.